These intriguingly dark, rock-hard shampoo bars star two natural ingredients that are longtime favorites in the DIY space: activated charcoal and bentonite clay. I have had tons of requests to use them in a shampoo bar over the years, and since both are super popular in detox type DIYs, I thought a clarifying sulfate-free shampoo bar was a perfect fit. These bars are fast and easy to make, don't require any fancy equipment, and make amazing gifts. So I'm sharing my formulation for free in this video and in a free printable PDF. Let's get started. Before we can begin making, what is a clarifying shampoo, and how does a clarifying shampoo differ from normal shampoo? Well, basically, clarifying shampoos are designed to reset your hair, removing product buildup and excess oil. So if your hair is feeling limp or looking dull, it could be time for a clarifying wash. In order to reset the hair, clarifying shampoos need to be really effective cleansers, so they tend to be stronger than regular shampoos and shouldn't be used for every wash. When formulating a clarifying shampoo, the challenge is in making sure it does a great job of cleansing without leaving the hair stripped and feeling like straw. And I find this bar does that really well. I will explain the role of each ingredient and how they work together as we make the bars. Okay, let's start making. Before you begin weighing out the ingredients, you'll need two specific pieces of equipment that you might not already have if you're new to making shampoo bars. You'll need a pair of nitrile gloves so you can really get in there and squish everything together. And to protect your lungs and prevent seriously unpleasant coughing fits, you need a tight-fitting respirator that seals really well on your face. Okay, now that we are gloved and masked up, we can get to the making and weigh out the dry phase for the shampoo bar. We're going to mix up a 400-gram batch today, which will make 5 80-gram shampoo bars. We'll begin with the dry phase ingredients that give us the bubbles. So I am using a blend of two of my favorite sulfate-free surfactants. They create gorgeous, dense, velvety lather, cleansing effectively but gently. You'll need 104 grams of sodium cocoyl isothianate and 160 grams of sodium lauryl sulfoacetate, also known as SLSa. Make sure you're using finely powdered versions of both, or you'll end up with a really sticky mess rather than a smooth, easy to shape dough. Before we move on, a quick word of warning about SLSa. This is an ingredient where quality really matters because not all SLSa is the same. It's easy to pick up a cheap bag of it on Amazon, but there's a good chance that won't work in this formulation. I've heard tales of shampoo bars made with Amazon SLSa that never get hard, they stay soft, crumbly, and useless, and even SLSa that doesn't lather, which is kind of the point. So the SLSa I'm using is from Bulk Apothecary, and I've also had great results with Stepan's Lathanol LAL. If you're buying your SLSa from a good DIY supply shop, you should be okay. Our next two ingredients work with those gentle surfactants to really make this bar clarifying. It's the bentonite clay and activated charcoal. I've used SCI and SLSa in lots of everyday non-clarifying type shampoo bar formulations, and the bentonite and charcoal really make a big difference in the clarifying power of this formulation, even at quite low levels. So you will need 20 grams of bentonite clay. Bentonite is a really unique clay. Compared to kaolin and French clays, it's much heavier, and when combined with water, it turns into more of a gel than a creamy paste. There's a lot of lore in the DIY space about bentonite clay, and from my research, most of it is, well, to put it nicely, hooey. One of the big ones is that applying it or ingesting it will detox heavy metals from your body, and another one is the idea that you cannot use metal with bentonite clay or you will deactivate it. A few years ago, I interviewed Ian Hutcheon, Professor Emeritus in Geochemistry at the University of Calgary, about all of this, and I've linked that interview in the description box below this video. I highly recommend reading it to learn more. But for now, know that bentonite, while uniquely absorbent in the world of clays, is not a miracle cure-all, and touching it with metal does not ruin it. They definitely aren't mining bentonite with special, like, wooden or plastic equipment. The last ingredient in our dry phase is 2 grams of activated charcoal. This is what gives the bars their dark, charcoaly color. Activated charcoal is another ingredient with a lot of lore around it. What makes activated charcoal activated is that it has a ton of surface area on a very, very small scale, making it super duper absorbent. In fact, it's so absorbent that it's used to refine raw shea butter. Lab Muffin has a great video and blog post on activated charcoal and its role in skincare, and you should absolutely check that out to learn more. One of my favorite quotes from her article is, "It's estimated that 1 gram of activated charcoal has a surface area of 3,000 square meters, which is the same as 3 Olympic swimming pools, 7 basketball courts, or 230 car parking spaces." This means this whole batch has roughly 460 car parking spaces of activated charcoal surface area, and then if you make 5 bars from it, that's 92 parking spaces of activated charcoal surface area per bar. Kinda cool. Now, there isn't evidence that activated charcoal does anything super special in skincare or hair care products. Lab Muffin explains that it could theoretically work, but it's just not proven. Evidence or not though, brands like Living Proof, K18, and Briogeo, am I saying that right? All sell highly rated and expensive clarifying shampoos that include activated charcoal, and I really do think it makes a difference in this formulation. There's also no denying the color is really fun. Now it's time for the wet ingredients. The first 4 are included to help prevent that overly clean straw hair feel. 52.4 grams of Cocamidopropyl Betaine further boosts cleansing and lather while making the shampoo a bit milder. Don't worry about writing all of this down though. Click the link in the description box below and I'll send you a free, printable version of this project with all the ingredients, amounts, and instructions written out. Just sign up and it'll go straight to your inbox. 8 grams of each vegetable glycerin and hydrolyzed rice protein counter the drying effects of cleansing, and the protein also helps structure the hair. And 38 grams of jojoba oil provides much needed refatting. This is honestly more oil than I thought I would need in this bar, but after testing it, I didn't want to go any lower as my hair was very clean, and I really didn't want to stray into straw territory because that feels gross. You can use a different light to mid-weight liquid oil instead of jojoba if that's what you have. I've included the next 2 ingredients because of the bentonite clay. Bentonite has quite a high pH, so we need some acidic things in this shampoo bar to bring its pH down to a hair-friendly level. And when made as written, the pH of these bars lands right around 5, which is great. The first one does double duty. It's Geogard ECT, a natural preservative that's also quite acidic. You'll need 4 grams. I found that wasn't quite enough to get the pH down to where I wanted it, so you will also need 0.4 grams of citric acid, which will readily dissolve in all the water in the Cocamidopropyl Betaine. And lastly, to scent the bars, some fragrance. I'm using Chez Rosa 40 from Bulk Apothecary, their version of the Sol de Janeiro scent of the same name. It's not their famous Bum Bum scent, but if you love that one, I'm pretty confident you'll love this one too, because I am now obsessed with both. You'll need 3.2 grams. To make these bars, begin by dumping the powders into a bowl and stirring to break up any clumps and really combine. Keep stirring until you're not seeing any streaks of the black activated charcoal or really white surfactant. Up next, make a well in the center, just like if you were making fresh pasta, and pour in the liquids. Stir until you have a lumpy, dry-ish mess, and then get in there with your gloved hands. Smush, knead, mash, and squeeze everything together like a kid with Play-Doh. Once you've got a smooth, workable dough, it's time to shape the bars before we leave them to age. First up, divide the dough by weight. I'm making 5 80-gram bars, but you could definitely make different sized bars. but I don't think I'd go any larger than 80 grams because these are pretty big bars. You can shape these bars several different ways. The cheapest way is to shape them by hand, but you can also squish them into a cavity mold or use a press. I'm going to shape 3 of the bars with a round hand press, and then do something kind of fun and like on theme with the remaining 2. So I created this formulation as part of a series of lumps of coal themed formulations for Christmas. So to lean into that, I'll hand shape the last 2 into coal-y lumps to put into some stockings. Leave the bars to age and harden for 4 to 5 days before using or gifting. To use, massage into soaking wet hair to work up a luscious lather. Work through your hair, rinse thoroughly, and follow up with a good hair conditioner or mask to replenish your freshly clarified hair. If you've never made a hair conditioner before, it's really easy. So check out this video next to learn how to make 3 different super simple hair conditioner formulations. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to sign up below to get this whole project written out in a lovely printable PDF. Happy making!